Michael Appleton with us. I want to start with the game in a way, but really I think a lot of people at home want to know about Adam Jackson. We saw a fourth substitute, so we assume there was a concussion injury which would make it his third of the season. We're obviously concerned. From my understanding, he's talking to everyone. What's the situation?
Yeah, I mean, from a precautionary point of view, obviously, we have to get him off the pitch immediately because of what's happened previously. The only thing I would say, and hopefully it's a good sign, that at half-time he was ticking all the boxes in terms of, from a medical point of view, what you need to do, the questions you need to ask him, the awareness that he has to have, he's in a good state of mind, etc. He was ticking all those boxes and positive, whereas in previous situations he was all over the place and clearly concussed. So we felt we did the right thing by bringing him off after what has happened, and hopefully this is nowhere near as serious at all as the previous two occasions.
It might be a Mike Hine question, but I'll ask you anyway. Is there a protocol now you need to go through to clarify how he is?
I think so, yeah. I don't know the exact extent of that protocol, but obviously the lads will monitor him over the weekend, see what he's like during the week. Like I say, they'll have a better idea of what's right, what's wrong, what you can and can't do, and then probably I'll give you a bit more information in midweek.
It was a challenge that summed up the type of player he is, the brave challenge.
It was, yeah. The ball almost sort of stopped dead on him. He looked comfortable, he looked favourite all day long, then all of a sudden the ball stopped dead. And to be fair, it was, when you look back, the goal scorer never really attempted to win the ball, so it looked a bit naughty on the replay, but at the time, it's one of those things. I mean, it almost sort of summed up the game in a way. A couple of things that sort of didn't go our way. We could have probably had a sending off, the Tom Hopper incident, and
what was that one? Sorry.
The Tom Hopper incident.
Oh, the challenge on the box.
Yeah. So I mean, there was a lot of things that didn't go our way, and probably the injuries that was sustained today. So obviously Cohen being one, obviously clearly done his hamstring. Ted Bishop was struggling just after half time with his knee, and that's why we had to make that change. So it became a difficult afternoon. There was so many disruptions that didn't go our way.
That's a lot of black cats.
It is.
Just on Cohen, I mean, he's had such a tremendous second half of the season, particularly, and it was ironic, really, because it was a great run into the box. I thought, this is a real moment for Lincoln, and like you said, a hamstring to finish the season. Yeah, it was a shame for him because it looked like he was about to create an opportunity for us first and foremost, and then obviously for him to pull up straight away, you knew, especially with the power that he's got and the explosiveness in terms of his pace. You knew straight away. So hopefully the fact that we got him off the pitch immediately, hopefully that'll be a good thing. But with injuries, even if it's a grade 1 to stroke grade 2, it's 3 to 4 weeks, which makes it unlikely he'll play again. So you've lost your left back in the game, you've had to change centre half as well, you've had 3 right backs, and it seemed like Shrewsbury made the most of it. They were particularly targeting your right hand side.
Yeah, and why not? Why wouldn't you? Obviously leading to Bish coming off, he was struggling, like I say, with his knee, and he couldn't really get up to the ball. So obviously we had to make that change again, and it's just one of those things where we tried to sort of bring Liam on a little bit to try and sort of protect him in front towards the end, and maybe get something on the counter, but it wasn't to be.
Probably the one strike of quality we've had in the game, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly great game. I thought we played well first half. That's the shame. Especially in the first 20 minutes, and then once Jacko went off, it disrupted things because I thought Bish and Connor were doing quite well in the middle of the park. I thought Morgan and Maguire were finding them little pockets in between the midfield and the strikers, and we looked quite dangerous. And then obviously once all the changes had to happen, that's when it fell flat a little bit.
Team with a lot of clean sheets, but maybe frustrating not to work the keeper today. I know there was the Whittaker attempt and the Bishop attempt.
No, yeah, absolutely. We want to have shots on target, make him work hard. Of course we do. I think sometimes you've got to be brave enough to take that responsibility when you've got 3 defenders in front of you as well, and sometimes you never know, it might nick off a defender's shin, etc., and send the keeper the wrong way. So it was that was disappointing that we certainly didn't create any more in the game, but I just felt a lot of our sort of creativity was lost when we had to make some substitutions.
And I know you're looking after yourself, but no damage in terms of the league table and that gap.
No, yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, we know what we need to do. We know, the points that we need to pick up. The sooner the better we can pick them points up. We've got 2 tough away games now, obviously back to back. But first and foremost, we have to make sure that we've got a clean bill of health and players available for the game next week. Obviously, hopefully we'll have 2 coming back in with Brooke and Lewis, who are both in decent form at the minute. So hopefully they'll come back in and bring a bit of quality back to the group.